Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about My Hero Academia on chapter 326. It looks like to me it got an early release, so it looks like to me I don't have to do that freaking chapter talk about on freaking midnight Friday night or something. So I just found out today, etc. after taking a look, and I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty quick. But I guess from what I heard, they decided to do a early chapter release because some kind of festival going on. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We had that All Might tries to go to the location where Izuku was possibly at, and he tries to also help maybe anti-hero supporters who refuse to evacuate. And we had All Might ends up finding Izuku's mask, picks it up, and says, "Man, look what you done. You couldn't do nothing when your student was struggling. And you're just dragging them down, All Might." And we had Stain shows up in front of All Might and puts a blade to his face and says, "Take that back, you fool. Is that a slight against the heroes? Hero killer Stain." As All Might talks to Stain, he says, "You never went after me while I was still active. I didn't realize that our eventual meeting would come to fruition at a time like this." And Stain's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" "Oh, that's right. After you were in prison, a lot changed. I'm All Might, although you probably wouldn't have figured that out just by looking at me." He says, "Impossible. You can't be All Might. I don't blame you for not believing me." And he goes into his muscle form and goes back down. And he says, "So, are you going to kill me now? If you are, then no. You can't be All Might. You fake. This is sacred ground built to commemorate true heroes, and you dare impersonate them? Who are you? Why do you lie? Speak." "I'm a fake, huh? I guess so. For the longest time, I couldn't stand the feeling of being unable to do anything. I couldn't permit it. The constant unreasonableness of both those who stole and those who were stolen from. Despite being powerless, I couldn't just remain still. I wanted to make the world a better place. But then I reached the end, the result of which is all of this. I wasn't even able to protect the student I promised I would. I couldn't even make him stop and take a breather. How did I get to this?" As All Might remembers something about how Izuku is being tended by his other friends or something. "I keep getting farther and farther away from the hero I once was." Stain, on the other hand, grabs him by the neck and hides him behind a ice pillar. And we have it that almost I don't think we're close enough to be joining show or something. And then we see a woman saying, "Perfect. Look, did they put it up again? Seriously, haven't they had enough by now?" We see a woman taking off a sign called "I am not here," and Stain therefore tells All Might, or the guy who believes is a fake, and says, "Every day she comes by to clean the statue from the anti-hero civilians' vandalism. She's probably staying in the nearby evacuation shelter. She's most likely doing all this to maintain the peace within the shelter she's staying at." And All Might's like, "But why put yourself in that sort of danger? Just who is she?" And Stain tells All Might, or Toshinori, that she is the last person that All Might had saved. And All Might remembers he saved her during that time in Kamino Ward, And All Might can only stare in total shock right now. And Stain therefore grabs Toshinori, or All Might, by saying, "All Might always kept a smile on his face and set out to protect people. It had nothing to do with this quirk. The man known as All Might dedicated his entire life to preserving our peace. That belief engraved in his very soul was what we extolled at. You don't even hold a candle to All Might. Just look at her. The result is not over yet. The cinders that he left continue to burn within those who followed after, oblivious to the rain or wind, and now they are reforming into a great fire. And we must not allow that flame to die. As long as we live, we must continue to stroke that flame, no matter how pitiful our struggles may be." And the woman that was cleaning All Might's statue, and the woman that All Might saved, says, "Okay, let's do this. I believe in you, And Stain therefore tells All Might, or Toshinori, who's crying after seeing what the woman's doing, and says to him, "A hero only exists for the sake of others. But when a god prostrates to the ground, lamenting in agony, and inquires the weak heart of a human, then perhaps..." And All Might's like, "Wait, how do you know that? Could it be that you..." He said, and Stain says, "I don't know who you are, but if you are a true hero, then use that information from Tartarus and come end me, the man who has murdered 40 heroes. Everything is for the sake of a just society. as All Might ends up tearing up and possibly having the light reinvigorate inside his heart, we have to a woman looks up in the sky and says, "The rain, it's stopping," and the chapter ends there. So this chapter right here, it actually made me love Stain a lot more than before. You know, I mean, we all know that guy wants to destroy and change society because there's a lot of fake heroes out there. And the way how he looks at All Might and he doesn't believe he's All Might, I don't know if it's out of respect or he believes it's not him. It has nothing to do with this quirk. It's always been the guy who always puts a smile on his face and set out a fire in everyone's hearts. And he even tells All Might, or the guy is a fake, or All Might at all, like the cinders left behind is going to burn and those who will carry it on. No matter how bad the situation is, it won't die out, you know? And therefore he even tells All Might, giving him the information of Tartarus, and tells him, and if you are a true hero, use that information from Tartarus and come end me. You hear me? And therefore All Might, possibly having his fire reinvigorate inside him, you know, etc., decides to like we don't know what he's gonna do next, but I hope he meets up with Midoriya and the others and maybe find a way to like talk to Midoriya and Midoriya apologizing to All Might, you know, that kind of thing. But we'll have to see, you know. But anyways, this was a pretty good chapter. Looking forward to the next chapter for next week, you know. And yeah, I can't believe this chapter was actually out early. And like I said again, Stain therefore tells All Might, or he believes All Might, that All Might fake wannabe, like not to lose hope and always smile and don't let that flame be burnt out, you know. No matter how bad the situation is, or no matter how bleak it looks right now, you giving up is not an option. And therefore tells All Might that if you are a true hero, use that information from Tartarus and come end me when the time comes if you are a true hero, you know. And I guess Stain, I don't know if he tells the guys that use that information, and once you're done, kill me and end me. It's all for a good society. I don't know if Stain wants to die, but the way I look at it, I guess Stain does know what he's doing is possibly morally wrong, and he possibly wants someone to end him when the time comes, you know. But whatever the case may be, Stain therefore, like I said and repeating myself over and over again, that the flame is being lit and it's not going to die out. So you, on the other hand, don't give up. You hear me? That's what All Might would not want you to do. And therefore, you know, that I guess that reinvigorated like Stain, All Might's heart and fire possibly. We'll have to find out. But I hope All Might meets up with Izuku and the others, you know, and apologizes and possibly like find a way to make amends. Because I really hate All Might out there being all alone, but you know he is what he is, you know. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.